Hey, I'm not in that big a hurry.
Well, you said you were.
Well, yeah, but there's hurry, and then there's hurry.
Hey, now, Bo, you said that if you don't get to the office by 10 and attack that pile of paperwork on your desk, you won't be home until after midnight, you know? And guess what? It's 10. Tempest Fugits, Commissioner Buchanan, Tempest Fugits.
You're expecting somebody, aren't you? That's why you're trying to get rid of me? I bet it's Hank. It's Hank, right? Right?
Okay. Hank, my client, is coming here so that we can have a confidential meeting.
Has he heard anything about Sheila yet?
No, no word.
Yeah. Well, I hope that at some point during this confidential meeting he comes clean about whatever it is that he's hiding, because it's obvious to me RJ is holding something over his head. Or Sheila's, or whatever the heck's going on. So you tell him during this confidential meeting, for me, I want the truth. I want the whole story, okay?
I'll pass that along.
All right, because I did exactly what he asked me to do. RJ punched him, I threw RJ in the slammer for 48 hours. That's all I can do, and that's all I will do until Hank comes clean about whatever it is that he's hiding. I know he's hiding something. That's got to stop, honey. Stop. Understood?
Understood. Look, it's time everybody knew the truth about Hank Gannon, so it might as well be today.
He was, let's see, restless, a little restless around midnight, I think. Yeah. And then, he, fell asleep.
He was sleeping?
Yeah.
Well, after Sloan collapsed last night, he never really regained consciousness. Well, the nurse spent the night. I know that helped Vicky a lot, just knowing that she was here.
The only odd thing that happened was he wanted to see his publisher.
Arthur Vandenberg?
Yeah, Arthur Vandenberg. And after that, for some reason, he wanted to get out of bed, and he was agitated. It's tough to figure out what's upsetting him.
How about you? How are you doing?
We're preparing.
We're gonna be all right. It's Vicky that I'm most worried about.
Was she still trying to do too much?
Well, I don't think she slept at all last night. I think she just sat next to him, and she just keeps trying.
It's really good you could stop by today, Dad.
Oh, wouldn't be anywhere else. We've all come to care about Sloan, even me.
It'll be so sad.
I know, sweetheart. You're gonna miss him.
Oh, good morning, Mrs. Cortland.
Good morning, Doctor.
How's the general doing?
I'm afraid there's been no change since you saw him last night.
But thou, if thou shouldst never see my face again, pray for my soul. More things are wrought by prayer than this world dreams of. Wherefore let thy voice rise like a fountain for me night and day. Sloan. Darling, can you hear me? It's Vicky. Please wake up. Please. Please don't leave me. Not now. Sweetheart, can you hear me? It's Vicky. I've been reading some of your favorite poems. Please open your eyes. Wake up. Can you do that? Larry. Thanks for coming.
Oh, I wanted to be here. Sounds like he's about the same as last night.
No. No, that's not true at all. No. There have been a lot of periods when he's just almost come right out of it. In fact, he's going to wake up very soon, I think.
Well, yeah, that may be, but...
He's a fighter, you know, and surrender is not in his nature.
Honey, come here.
This is one battle Sloan can't win. Look, his time is short, and soon you're gonna have to let him go.
No.
Vicky, it's the best thing for you and for him.
Larry, the last few months that we had together were so wonderful. Even knowing what was coming and knowing that the clock was ticking. And now I can't let him go.
Look, listen to me now.
I love you.
I know you do, honey. And I know how strong you are. And I know you're hoping that you can put up a good enough fight so that you won't run the risk of losing him. I know that. And I wish to God it were true. Look, I'm not just here as his doctor. He's my friend. And that's why it's important that you do what's best for him and for you. And let me give him something to alleviate the pain.
No. No, he said no when he meant it, and I wouldn't dream of going against his wishes. He wants no artificial support, only the drugs that he can take himself.
Look, he's unconscious, Vicky. Let me make him comfortable.
No. No. He will fight this on his own. That's what he wants. I know it.
Hi, Tina.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Okay. David? Hey. It sounds like Cassie's having a little trouble getting River to settle down. So I'm going to go up and...
Do you need...
No, it's fine. It's just strange. It's almost as if River knows that he's about to lose his grandfather. He never really got a chance to know him, but he seems to sense.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll see, Andrew.
God, that's so sad.
I know. I feel so sorry for Vicky. She's about to lose the man that she loves so much that she fought so hard to help, you know?
I don't know what I'd ever do if I lost you.
Fortunately, Tina, you're not going to have to worry about that because everything's going to work out great for us. Just perfect. Just as soon as I work out a few little kinks, that's all.
Good. I love you.
Tina, I love you, too. I do.
Oh, you know, I'm going to go check on the tea. Would you get that?
Yeah, sure. You okay?
Yeah.
Joey, hey. This is great. Your family's gonna be really happy that you're here.
Actually, it was, Dorian's idea to come.
Oh, it was? I see. So you thought this would be a good time to visit?
There are, a lot of things from the past that need to be settled. And given the circumstances, I felt that it couldn't be delayed.
Hank, look, I'm sure you had a good reason for keeping this secret. Whatever it is, I'm so glad you're coming clean.
No, he's not.
What?
No. I am Hank's attorney, but can you just back off a little bit, please, until I find out first what it is he's going to come clean about, privately?
Listen, Bo, we can talk later, all right? Why don't you meet me down at the courthouse in an hour or so? You'll find out everything. No more secrets. I promise.
Okay, fine. It's your call. You just take good care of him, honey. Whatever this thing is, I swear it gets worse every time I hear about it.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. Hank, I'll talk to you later.
Don't do this.
Look, Nora, I have been up all night. Hoping the phone would ring, hoping Sheila would call, going over my whole life.
Hank?
Look, Nora, I have made a lot of mistakes.
So have we all.
But none have meant as much as getting involved with that cover-up back in '72.
Look, are you sure that Sheila left because RJ threatened to go public with this whole university break-in incident?
It's the only thing that makes sense. Look, I know the woman. There's nothing she wouldn't do to protect the people she loves.
Well, we know that RJ's blackmailing her with something.
Yeah, well, my guess is He told her to leave me, or he would expose the whole story about me. Well, his version, at least. And she knows what he did to Ben, so she didn't want to take a chance that he was bluffing. So she did what he told her to do.
My God. All this just to hurt you?
Yeah. You know, I mean, after all of these years, I thought that, well, maybe we had seen the last of RJ's hatred, his resentment. But it's only gotten worse. You know, the sickest part is, I mean, it's the part that I could never forgive. Because in some twisted way, I've lost my woman, the woman I love, to him. He made her do whatever he wanted her to. And he's enjoying every second of it.
Look, Hank, Archie can't hurt Sheila. He's in jail.
Yeah, well, right now he is. But he'll probably be out by tomorrow. What about then?
Well, then we'll figure something out.
No way, Nora. Look, as long as I'm trying to hide something, he's got all the power. But the minute I come out and tell the truth, he's finished. He's powerless. And Sheila is free.
Okay. Well, just wait a minute. Think about this, will you? If we can't prove that you left the university offices before that guard was shot.
Yeah, I know. Then I'd wind up facing a murder charge. I'd lose everything. I'd no longer DA, probably disbarred.
Worse! Oh, come on, Hank. Say it so I know you know.
I go to prison. But I'm ready for that, Nora. I'm ready for it all. So let the chips fall where they may.
Just keep RJ on the move, you know, from one precinct to another, and we just use whatever we need to make sure that the police keep him for 48 hours in each precinct.
Nora.
Then we go
Nora.
search his hotel room, and we bring in every contact that we have from Chicago until we find that original tape, the one that proves that you were not at the university offices when that guard was shot.
Come on, would you just stop it, Nora?
By getting a private
Now
investigator.
listen to me, Nora. I need to do this.
No, you don't.
Listen, it is time that I face what happened all those years ago.
I thought you thought the Warriors' cause was just.
It was.
All right, then. The university had absolutely no right to compile a list of the Warriors' names. The Supreme Court has already ruled on this. Nor had the university any right to turn that list over to the federal government.
Yes, I know that, Nora.
All right, well, then it was a felony D class breaking into the president's office. But you left long before that security guard showed up and was shot. My God, you didn't even know they had a gun.
All right, all of that is true, Nora, but I did go there. And when I heard what happened, I covered it up, right along with the rest of them. I lied, and it's come back to haunt me. Now, I want Sheila back. I want to be somebody that she can believe in. Somebody who stood up, who had the guts to stand up and just tell the truth, no matter what. And I want Rachel to be proud of me. I want to be proud of me.
What are you going to do?
I've called a press conference for this afternoon. I'm going to make a full disclosure.
Oh, for crying out loud, Hank. Telling Bo the truth is one thing.
That is the only way I will get my life back from RJ.
Back? So what? So you can hand it over to the state of Illinois? I mean, please, Hank, think about this. They could charge you with felony murder. My God, the state of Illinois has got an electric chair. Will you think about this, please? Just think about...
Mom, Dad, what's going on?
I saw my dad's car outside, so we'll have to deal with him, too.
Yes, you're right. Joe, you know, it might be better if you went in there first, said your hellos, gave them a chance to get used to the fact that I'm here, and then I'll go in a few minutes later, okay?
Maybe you're right. I'll, come get you in a couple minutes.
All right, quickly. How did your detective, this,
Sam Vance.
So, did she get anything out of Todd Manning?
1 down, 3 to go.
She got one of the answers?
That's right.
So, you're only 3 more questions away from getting the trust fund. This is wonderful. At least some progress has been made. Now, listen, did she give you any indication that Todd knows that there's an inheritance?
I don't know. It didn't come up. Look, Dorian, what can I say? We're just gonna have to hope that Todd doesn't know anything about it, that's all.
I was telling Vicky that if Sloan suffers noticeably, there are things we can do to make him more comfortable. Unfortunately, right now, we can't tell exactly how he is.
Larry?
Hey, Dad.
Larry?
As you were.
Darling, can you hear me?
As you were.
Can you hear me?
Sloan, how you doing?
Yes, sweetheart. No, don't try and get up. No, please don't. Please, please, please lie down.
Time to rest.
Please.
No.
Please. Please.
God, there's no time. It was...
Sloan, what is it? What are you looking for?
Vicky, there's no time. You gotta know something.
Do just walk out and leave the door wide open? One would never know that he's commissioner for police, for goodness sake. Sweetheart, how are you? How are your classes? Your schedule going well?
Hi, baby. Nice coat.
Stop it.
Stop what?
I just came back from the hospital. They're releasing Ben.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He told me what's been going on, what RJ's been doing to Sheila. Now, when Ben found out, he went to RJ, and suddenly the brakes went out on his car. Now, will someone around here please start telling the truth for a change?
All right. She's right. Listen, sweetheart, look, I want you to come down to the courthouse with me, okay? There's a lot of things you need to know.
I hope it includes what RJ has been using for blackmail.
Well, yes, it does. And I hope it'll help you understand how it all happened.
I think there's got to be something that we can do, something more than this. I'm going to meet you down at the courthouse. I'm going to make some calls first, all right?
Great. You got it. Come on, let's go.
I don't know why you can't just tell me here. Why do we have to go to the courthouse?
Because I think better. That's why. Get out of here.
Hello?
Hello, Nora. It's Sheila. Are you alone?
Sheila, Mike. Where are you? Hank's been going nuts.
Look, I know. I'm sorry to call you out of the blue like this, but I need a favor. Will you tell Hank that I love him? But tell him not to try to follow me. This is just something I have to do.
Sheila, don't hang up. Just listen to me. This is important.
No, Nora, I've got to go now.
Sheila, listen to me. Please. Hank's in trouble. He's in big trouble. Now, you can't walk away from him now. Not when he needs you the most.
Look, Bert, Vicky has got enough to handle without having to worry about what's going on at the banner. I'll take care of it.
Oh, her?
Yes.
This is
I'll
great.
be
You
right
can't even
over.
say her name. It's Dorian. Just say
Kevin!
it. Don't yell at her.
I'm going to have to be going.
What, so soon?
Yes, I got to get back to the banner. But let's talk about this peace plan we were talking
Well,
about.
I was going for it, you know, until Dorian got him to come over here and pull another one of her stunts.
Oh, like what, Kevin? Like coming over here and trying to get along again? Trying to pay her respects?
Yeah, right.
Oh, come on, Kevin. You know, one of these days you're going to open your eyes and find out just how really decent Dorian is, but it's not going to happen until you open your eyes.
David, when is this detective of yours going to get this job done? I want this whole mess finished with.
As soon as she can. And as soon as I know something, I'll let you know.
Dorian? Excuse me.
Thank you, Clint.
How's Vicky doing?
No, it's hard to say. She was up all night at Sloan's bed. She's being really brave. I just wish there was something more I could do.
I know exactly what you mean.
Don't try to do too much at once, okay?
Vicky.
She's here, Dad. She's here. She's
Darling,
right here.
I'm not going anywhere.
Dad, can we get you anything? Anything at all?
No, thank you, son.
You in pain, Sloan?
Yeah, pain.
All right, can I give you something to make it easier for you to breathe?
No, I have some pills right here. I can't think when I take them. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Honey, you look so tired.
Oh, thanks a heap. Don't they teach you any tact at West Point?
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Come on. I'm only teasing
sorry.
you. I'm fine. And don't worry about me. I've had tons of people in and out of this house all day and all night. Everybody's here being so wonderful. The kids, David and Tina.
That's good. That's good. Your family means the world to you.
Sweetheart, what did you want to say to me?
You need to do something for me.
Anything.
Find Clint.
Clint?
Get Clint. Bring him here. I have to talk to him. Alone.
Okay.
Get Clint.
I'll be right back.
Listen, Sheila. Hank and I both know, all right? We both know why you left. We know that RJ has been blackmailing you with what happened at Midwestern U back in the 70s.
What?
Yeah, we know that you left because you were trying to protect Hank, especially after what happened with Ben. You're doing absolutely everything that RJ has asked you to do. Am I right so far?
How did you know?
Listen, you can't protect Hank by staying away anymore, all right? Because Hank's holding a press conference. He's going to tell everyone the whole story.
No!
That way, RJ won't have any power over him anymore, and no power over you.
Nora, you have got to stop him. I mean, his whole career means everything to him.
Not as much as you do. Look, he said this is something that he really needs to do.
No, everything he's ever worked for will be destroyed, Nora. Stop him.
I can't. Just listen to me, though. I think there might be some way that you and I can help him beat this before it goes public, all right? Can you meet me at the courthouse? It might be a private place that we can talk, unless, of course, you're still planning on disappearing.
I'm just outside of Landview. I can be at the courthouse in 15 minutes. How soon can you get there?
Well, I've always loved this place. The wood. Yeah. I think that's it, the wood. The sense of history, you know?
Yeah. You know, it reminds me of the one in Chicago. Remember? You caught me in there when I was about 5. I was pretending like I was addressing the jury.
Oh, yeah. The Federal Building.
That was where I first saw you in action. The case against the neo-Nazi. You were so good. That was when I decided I wanted to be a lawyer, like you and Mom. Even if it meant suffering through torts my first semester. Just as long as I'm 1/10 as good as you. So, you gonna tell me? I mean, you didn't say one word in the car. Why are we here?
Well, sweetheart, I have to be here for a press conference that I've called later on.
Yeah, what's the announcement?
Well, now that's the hard part. I'm not sure how to tell you this. And I sure hope it won't change your mind about me.
Change my mind? No way, never. Okay, come on, Daddy.
Well, it was a long time ago. I was a student. Well, full of fire. Idealistic. Just like you.
You give her my best when you see her. Tell her I'll...
I'm glad you're still here. I was just coming down to call you.
You were?
Yeah.
Why? What's wrong?
Nothing. Sloan has asked to see you.
Me?
Yes, he wants to speak to you alone.
Of course. I'd be happy to.
Clint, I know that this is awkward for you.
Well, not at all. You know I'd do anything for you.
Wait, Vicky, before you go...
What are you doing here at a time like this?
Actually, Vicky, I came to see Sloan.
What in God's name for?
I want to ask his forgiveness.
It's a long way away for a woman to come in. No, it's okay. I think we can talk.
Look, Nora, you have got to convince Hank not to go public with this. I mean it. It'll ruin his whole life.
I tried, Sheila. Believe me, I tried. He said it himself. This is something he needs to do.
No, but he can't. Don't you understand? I mean, this was the whole reason that I went along, that I did anything that RJ said.
What did he make you do?
Look, I don't want to talk about it. Nora, look, I am afraid of RJ. He almost killed Ben. I know he did. And he's trying to make it look like Hank is guilty of murder. He has a tape showing that Hank was right there when that guard was killed. I mean, Hank doesn't stand a chance.
No, Hank wasn't in the room when the guard was killed.
Nora, I've seen the surveillance tape.
No. What you saw was a doctored tape. Hank was not in the room when the guard was killed. He didn't know anybody had a gun. He left the room long before the guard even arrived.
You mean Hank wasn't there?
The only thing Hank is guilty of is breaking and entering. That's it. And the statute of limitations ran out on that crime over 15 years ago.
Okay. Then we have got to do something to prove he's innocent. We've got to find a way to do it. Nora, we cannot let him hold this press conference.
Oh, no. The police department is right down the hall. And I have a detective friend of mine who's there who might help me set something up.
So what of?
You willing to take a risk?
For Hank?
Yes. Yeah. A really big one, though. Something involving RJ.
And I had no idea the guard had been shot until much later. Now, Ricky, it's something I've had to live with. All the guilt, all the regret. And now I know that I have to come forward and tell it all. No more secrets.
So this press conference...
Is where I'm telling it all. 20 years too late. But at least the truth is finally coming out before someone else gets hurt. By waiting this long, in many ways, I've made it worse. I know that now. Ricky, don't you have something to say?
There's nothing left to say. You've told me everything.
Everything.
It makes no sense. I'm standing here listening to someone who can't be my father. Not my father.
I didn't know any other way to handle it except to come here and to make the attempt.
And what are you attempting this time?
I'd like to be able to wipe the slate clean, if possible. Vicky, please, if you would just allow me to go upstairs and talk to him.
There is no way that I will allow you to go up there and ruin what could very well be the last day of Sloan's life.
Mom, come on. I mean, Dorian's come here. She's practically on her knees asking you for your forgiveness. And listen to you.
I will ask God's forgiveness if I am wrong, Joseph. I don't trust Dorian. Nor will I ever forgive your coming to this house and destroying what is left of my peace of mind. I will not forgive it.
You have to look over Vicky. I can't do it anymore.
General, you know I'll always care for Vicky. I'll do anything in the world I can to help her.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Thank you.
Is that all you wanted, General?
No. It's something I didn't want to bother Vicky with. I'm too weak. I can't get up to prove this.
Prove what?
David Vickers. You gotta check him out, Glenn. There's something fishy about David Vickers. Vicky trusts him. I don't want her to get hurt.
By David? General, have you found out something about her? General? Sloan? Sloan?
Nurse? Larry? Larry?
You sure you're okay with this thing?
Are you sure this thing will record?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
here.
awfully small.
Well, here, let me have your finger. Have your finger. See that? Feel that button? You just press that button until it's flush with the casing, and then you know it's recording, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Do you always carry a surveillance wire around with you?
I told you I have a very good friend that's on the police force here, a detective. She likes to help me out every now and then. There, this should help cover it up. Okay.
Where's RJ being held? In the basement?
Yeah, that's where the visiting rooms are. Excuse me.
What if I can't get RJ to talk?
Oh, are you kidding? Just give him enough rope, he'll hang himself. No, that's his Achilles heel. See, RJ loves to boast and stuff. All you have to do is get him talking, and he'll start crowing about how he framed Hank, and then we're home free. Ready?
And don't let him mess you around about that arraignment time.
What's with you, friend? How much you think that lawyer's suit cost?
Well, what I pay him, he could buy 10 a day. But it's worth it, because he's going to have me out of here before the evening rush hour.
You're Gannon, right?
Right.
Any relation to Hank Gannon, the DA?
He's my brother.
Well, then how come he's not helping you out?
So we don't see eye to eye. Never have, never will. Besides, I got Mr. D.A. Gannon right where I want him.
You do, huh? Well, good luck, hot stuff. Because I've seen Hank Gannon work. He's a tough one.
Not tough enough, not this time. I'll be out of here by dinner time. And then, it's business as usual.
Look, baby, if you would just try to understand what it was like back then. I mean, we were all so caught up in the rhetoric. The Vietnam War was still killing people by the score. And we were telling ourselves that we were doing wrong for the better good. And in a flash, everything just went out of control.
Daddy, I am not blaming you for your politics. But how could you have kept this a secret all these years?
Look, baby, I know that I should have come forward when I first heard what happened. But the warriors, okay, they were making threats. And, baby, if I had come forward and talked to anybody, but they would have called me a traitor back then.
That wasn't all, was it?
No. Look, I felt like I had a shot for a real future. And something like that would have just sent it right down the tubes. And besides, it would break my mother's heart. I mean, you know, I was the one who never failed, the one who could do no wrong. I don't know, I guess I just didn't want to lose my halo.
I guess.
Ricky. Baby, look, I didn't realize that with a little legal help, that I could get off with a minor punishment. My real crime here was just naivete.
No, your real crime was covering up. Daddy, you always said, be honest. Do the right thing. The truth shall set you free.
Come on, Ricky.
No. But you, Daddy, you had information about a murder, and you covered it up.
Yeah. Look, I know I didn't do the right thing, but that's why I'm coming forward now, to make things right. Now, Ricky, please, baby, stand by me. I need you.
Daddy, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
What was that all about, Hank? Huh? All right, the hallway is filling up with reporters. They say you're gonna have a news conference?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I want you to listen to me, Hank. I know you want to come clean about something, but don't you think going totally public is just asking for trouble?
No, Bo. Because I've got nothing more to lose. Absolutely nothing.
One minute he was talking to me fine, and the next, well, he had a bad pain and...
Pulse is weak and rapid.
It's okay, Dad. It's okay.
Andrew. Andrew.
It's okay, Dad.
It's time. I'll go get Vicky.
It's all right. It's all right, Dad. It's all right. Shh, it's okay. All right. Almighty God, with whom do live the spirits of just men, made perfect after they are delivered from their earthly prisons, we humbly commend the soul of this thy servant into your hands.
Jill, please, it's all right. This is a very difficult time for your mother. And obviously, what I had in mind is not appreciated, and maybe it never will be.
Mother, what are you doing here?
Cassie, I came here to try and make amends with Sloan. But I am not going to be allowed to do so. I will just say goodbye.
I'll walk you out.
Are you okay?
No. No, I'm not.
Come here.
Oh, God.
Come here.
I'm losing my husband. I can't lose my son as well. Oh, God. I can't lose him. What is it?
It's time for you to be with your husband.
Tina, give Vicky my best. Tell her the whole family's with her.